With 3 Lumenocities already behind us and the renovation of Music Hall, the question was how to finish with a bang.
We like to take things and turn it 45 degrees, I guess. When I hear, let's reimagine Luminosity, I immediately want to like tilt my head and be like, all right, so what does that mean?
We had to think about things differently because now we're inside. So it's just going to be a different experience altogether. You're going to be much closer to the musicians, much closer to the orchestra, and you're going to be more immersed in the experience than you were in the past.
It's all about the orchestral experience, great orchestral music. It's been wonderful to see how Luminosity has developed over 3 years' time. It's been really exciting for Luminosity Reimagine to have the Pops be part of the light show, which we haven't been able to do before because of how late the sun is up in the summer. But now, because we're interior, we can set the whole show to lights.
The music this year is a mixture of popular classical benchmarks like Shostakovich or Brahms, and of course popular music also.
Very quickly, we both found and expressed to each other how we wanted this to be one program, that we didn't want to have it come across as JMR's half and Louis' half, but it was one Luminosity experience.
And then, bam, we'll go right in. Right away.
And so actually we have this wonderful fulcrum of the music of Leonard Bernstein. I finish the first portion of the show with West Side Story, and then he continues with the Candide Overture. Completely different sound worlds of those two pieces, and yet it still serves to unite the entire program top to bottom.
The best way to tackle something this big is to start putting some limitations on it or giving yourself some rules, because otherwise you'll just float out in nebulous, creative, crazy land. So we knew that we wanted to make the orchestra a focal point, and we knew that we wanted to transform the space as much as possible. We went in and laser scanned the entire interior of the Taft. That gave us a to the millimeter, or pretty close to a millimeter accurate model of the interior of the Taft.
The great thing about the Taft is that between the hexagons on the proscenium, to the cubes on the ceiling, to the sunbursts on either side, there's just tons of little elements and architectural details that we can play with and we can make into something else or just totally make them go away.
We have an incredible team of designers here. A lot of our animators are musicians, so everybody sort of brought their own kind of unique take on the music to it, and then that was enhanced or seasoned with the two conductors' perspectives.
A lot of this comes down to maybe an Uber theme.
Dark and light. This is a wonderful theme.
I think with all the pieces are all dealing with those same elements: darkness, light, drama, humanity.
The music informs the style.
There are so many scenes that they have set up. You may be concentrating on one thing, and yet there are, 100 other things going on at the same time.
We have anything from super realistic 3D to very abstract painterly to borderline surreal.
So having the addition of visuals, there is always a link between what you see and what you hear.
There's a certain moment where you totally buy into what you're seeing. Even though it's just light being projected onto a surface, you totally buy into the fact that, hey, that wall in front of me just crumbled into nothingness.
The conductors have been lovely to work with, and the experience is going to be just mind-boggling.
We are super fortunate in this city to have a world-class orchestra. It's a cool opportunity to get to highlight that. I don't want people to feel like they went to a show. I want them to feel like they came and had an experience. They were part of something.
To have a live orchestra on stage makes every performance unique.
At the core, the essence, it all springs from great music making. To work with this incredible orchestra that is able to shift gears so seamlessly between our pops repertoire, our classical repertoire, between one conductor and another. There are very, very few orchestras that can jump into a project like this and pull it off with such dazzling virtuosity. This is our band. It's a Cincinnati Symphony. The Cincinnati Pops Orchestra, they're the best.